Game Over 86 coming back with another video, and today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be talking about Epic Store versus Valve Steam Store, and just kind of give you guys my thoughts and opinions on it and what it means from both ends of the spectrum. In my opinion, I have seen a lot of people's takes on this, opinions on this, and videos on it. And, you know, some of them agree with Epic, a lot of them disagree with Epic, and I'm going to just try to give you guys my my opinions on what I believe, because I play PC too, but I also want to let you guys know some of the things that I think Epic could change, and that Steam kind of lacked on doing at first. But if Steam can change and do it this way, it would be nice. It's kind of weird to see this kind of console exclusivity on PC, for the main reason is because PC players have, you know, got the PC to have whatever they want, whenever they want, and to play however they want without any, you know, console locking, you know, problems or having to pay to play online and whatnot. But we're going to go ahead and talk about it. A guy named Richard Geldrich, he's a former Valve employee, and he stated that Steam was killing PC gaming, and that he said Epic Games is now saving it. Now, you can look at it different ways, and you can see it from what it is, and you can take it for what it is. But when I read his tweet, and I'll show you guys the tweet right now, so let's go ahead and look at that. Okay, so we have right here is his tweet, and it says Steam was killing PC gaming. It was a 30% tax on an entire industry. It was unsustainable. You have no idea how profitable Steam was for Valve. It was a virtual printing press. It distorted the entire company. Epic is fixing this for all gamers. Now, there's some ups and downs with this, and I'm going to give you guys, I think, my solid opinion on this. But as you guys can see right here, a lot of the people are in agreeing with him. There's a lot of them that are saying, you know, if Epic wants to lower their cut to provoke everyone else to do it, I say great, and I am 110% for that. But I will never ever be for eliminating the choice to buy from other stores to begin with. That is the issue. And I think that's what a lot of people are misunderstanding about the whole problem. It's not that we don't want these developers to get a better cut. It's not that we don't want these developers to get their games seen or to make money. It's the point that they're literally locking up games in exclusivity, like Metro Exodus, on Epic Games Store. There's other games that are coming there that they're locking up. Borderlands 3 is going to be on PC as a Epic's for 6 months. There's a lot of games. Yes, Epic Store gives you 2 free games, I think every month, one, and then every 2 weeks it'll give you a free game, I think, and then that's how it does. So, which is kind of cool. But then they had other problems where they had, you know, other things where they're, you know, there was that spyware from China where people were logging in and seeing all your history of your friends and all your other stuff of what games you played and other stuff like that. And you know, it literally lost, or a lot of people's identities, or I should say information actually, was out there on the web. And that's a kind of a big deal. Like, that would leave me to a lot of trust, not lead me to it, but leave me with no trust, on Epic Games. I'm all over the place right now. I'm sorry, guys. The sun just came up, actually, for me. But when I look at this, and I look at how he said this, and he's talking about how it's killing PC gaming, you know, they were the standard to PC gaming. I think a lot of people forget that, you know, Steam has been around for a very long time. I mean, that was the only really place to where you could get games, or to play PC games. I mean, but there were always Steam keys on other stores. And it's like they're not locking up any games. Now, granted, they do make a lot of money on it. They don't pay their developers as much to get these games. But when you look at their pretty much the be-all and end-all when it comes to PC gaming, and to put your games out there, they have thousands of games out there. They have so many great features when it comes to product reviews, which is one of my biggest ones. And I've seen this a lot on other people's videos. But reviews are a big thing, because I know a lot of people have been review bombing and throwing their name out there and getting pissed off at some of the games that are exclusive on Epic, and that's really not going to change the feature there. But some developers, I guess, don't like reviews because it hurts their style of game, maybe if there's a bad review on it. But still, I think that's kind of anti-consumer to say that you don't like it. Now, I've just heard that. I've never seen a developer come out and say I don't like reviews. I'm sure there are some. But when I looked at this and I started thinking to myself, I always play games on Steam. I do use the Epic Games Store to get the 2 free games every month. And it's okay. Have I used other launchers? Yeah, sure. But when I look at games and exclusivity, you see that with consoles. You don't ever really see it with PC gaming. And my biggest point with and problem with Epic Games is that they don't really have a lot of features that benefits the actual gamer, as in protection-wise, or the developer. I mean, I think developer really wants to be true to itself. It would want reviews on there. It would want other stuff in there. It would want a lot of the features that Steam carries over. A lot of the stuff that Steam has been proven time in and time out to work really well. Now, does Steam have its problems? Yeah, you damn right they do. Do they need to fix some of them? I think they do. I think if Valve came out and made literally Half-Life 3, that would just solidify that right there. They could lower it. I don't know if they will, but I could see them making some more games again. I mean, people forget Valve's a game developer / publisher in a way. And I think if they lowered a little bit of the prices or just matched them, I think that they would be tough for Epics to get this. Now, Epic, obviously, they're trying to still keep the money flowing from Fortnite into another, revenue stream to where it comes with their games. They're buying up exclusivities like Borderlands 3 and Metro Exodus and so on and so forth. And I see them trying to just keep that train going because we all know Fortnite's slowly fading down. The player count's going away, and I'm going to be real with you guys. I liked Fortnite when it first came out to PC as a beta. And I didn't really care for it on consoles as much. I wasn't on that hype train because it's like it doesn't get big until like big time. Most PC gamers don't go out and boast about everything. That's not a shot at console gamers. I'm just saying, like, you can see it on YouTube channels. There's not a lot of PC gamers out there going, oh, you need to play this game. This game's awesome. This game's great. But there's 30, 40 different console gaming channels out there. So when it gets popular there, I mean, all these kids and all these young adults and even middle-aged men and women and older men, everybody goes out and sees it if they like consoles, and then it becomes popular. Apex Legends looks better. Black Ops 4 is free for this month for a trial version or whatever. And I tried that out. It's a lot better. It's just a lot more functionable. The mechanics are easier to use. The building system, in my opinion, was unique at the time, but it's just stupid now. They're adding so much stuff to it. And once you do that, like, see, this is where I say, if you mess with the pureness of the game and you ruin what made the game, where we had the building mechanics and you guys, had to go out and kind of farm, materials to build, like bricks, steel, and rock and wood or whatever. And then you start adding in all these seasons, which I know a lot of companies I still think should. It just kind of hurts the game when they start adding too much stuff into it. And then there's, always going to be hackers and cheaters on there. And I just see that Epic's trying to capitalize on this before that game completely fades out. And I see them trying to do a good thing with I think they are trying to say they're doing good. I don't agree with what they're all doing with it comes to the game's exclusivity. Man, people spend a lot of money on PCs to play whatever they want and to play wherever they want without having to worry about, oh, I have to go play at the Epic store. It's not that like Bethesda's store and all these Origins and all this other stuff with Ubisoft and whatnot, they have their own stores and stuff in games, and a lot of people were complaining about that as well on this Twitter post that this guy mentioned on. But it's different because they're not locking down exclusive games, and you can play a lot of them games on Steam. People are not understanding that. Like, a lot of the games that you can play on Epic Games, like the big third-party releases that were coming or that already have came, are only going to be able to be played on there. And I think PC gamers wouldn't have that big of a problem if they had more, I guess, privacy protection on the Epic's store launcher, like Steam. And if they had other things to where they weren't, just already, they've already been caught. I mean, they've already been told that all that information, all this product, personal, private information has been out. And it just really breaks trust with me when it comes to stuff like that, because why would I want a company to look at, and I'm not saying there's companies out there that haven't done this in the past. I'm just saying it's crazy to see these developers just wanting it, and I get it, they want money, they want paid. But when it comes down to more eyes being on you, I think that's what developers should be looking at rather than money, because the money will come in normally on PC because they can put their game on different stores. But if they hold them to exclusivity, it's like it can only make so much money on the store. And if a lot of people aren't really buying it or waiting on it, that's just making more people want to play it on console. Maybe, I don't know, because it's a little bit more trustworthy, I guess, with the console rather than Epic Store Launcher. I don't know. I'm in the middle of it. I disagree with what they're doing because it is anti-consumer to keep a game away from anybody of choice, whether it be console or not. In the long run, I want these games to get out there for everybody to play, no matter what the platform is. I think that's where the competition should be at. I understand people love exclusives. I love exclusives too, but when it comes down to overall great games, it should be, I believe, consoles building the best consoles that they want and then giving you them features in the consoles that make it better than the other console. They're striving to fight between that way. And the exclusive part is just sometimes a cherry on top for gamers. A lot of gamers. Me, myself, listen, if the console can handle it, I think a lot of consoles should just have every game on. Now, a lot of people are going to say, well, that hurts the part. That's what sells consoles. That's not always the truth, and I'm not going to jump into another video, but you got to understand that developers can make more and more games of great games if they can have it on more eyes and more platforms to play it on and purchase on. So when I see that, oh, that's, but that's what makes the PlayStation. Dude, the PlayStation was great when it came out. It didn't need a lot of exclusives because of what Xbox did to its own console. Forget the exclusive part. What Xbox did first off at E3, kind of like Epic's game is doing to Steam, that's not that's anti-consumer. That's not consumer-friendly product. That's the reason people bought the PlayStation. And them coming out at E3 saying, you can use used games and trade them in and all that, and you don't always have to be online. And that's where I think the console should be, if this console war that all these, fanboys fight over, that's what it should be about. Your console with its features and what it's got in there, system-wise, hardware, software, compared to this one. Not exclusives. You put them all on each platform and you see what would perform the best. Not everything's going to be developed the best, and I get it. That will never happen until eventually physical media is probably dead, and then the developer's going to want its game everywhere. But I don't know, guys. I'm still kind of in the middle of this. I like Steam the best, obviously. The games are easier to play on there, run on there. It just works a lot better. I trust Steam with my, personal information. And there's some features that Steam could work on. But when you look at the overall, just the whole circle of it, man, it's night and day. I mean, Steam is 10 times better than the Epic Store Launcher. And I'm not saying that Steam's going to, sit back and wait on this. I don't think they will. I think they're eventually going to have to step up and start getting back some of these games, or they're going to have to lower their developer percentage that they get. So, like, instead of them getting, I don't even know what it is. I think it's 20% the developer, or what, the developer, I think, does get on Epic Store. And I think they give them 12%. I could be wrong on Steam. Just off the top of my head, but if Epic Store is doing what they're doing right now and giving the developers more money, I think Steam should match that, and to see where then, and that to me is where I was using the consoles. Steam could do that, and then we'll see who the developer really wants to choose. And then that way, that is what automatically gets you them exclusives. That is what draws exclusivities in. That is what draws the big third-party supporters in to want to put it on your platform. They look at your platform and say, this is developer and consumer friendly. I'm going to put my game on there. Unlike, and I can use an example, the Nintendo Switch. You can't get any big third-party, really big-time support on there. I got another video talking about how the Switch is still dropping the ball, Nintendo-wise, on allowing these third-party developers to really just slap Switch owners in the face. And that'll be for a different time. I'm sorry, but I'm using them as an example so I can hopefully get you guys to understand, or to kind of see the picture that it's all about competition. I get it. It's all about games and money. I get it. But at the end of the day, it's all about the gamers. It's all about the consumers buying their games and building up literally more eyes on it. Because if Spider-Man got released on the PC and let's say the PlayStation and the Switch, let's just say that right now, and I'm going to end it after this. More eyes would see it. That means more money would go to Insomniac. That means more money would want to, that would go to Sony as well. But then they could put back into making another great Spider-Man game instead of these companies being closed down or shut down. And it's like Epic's Game Store is buying up these games because they have a shitload of money from Fortnite. And these developers ain't going to pass that up because that's a lot of money. Even if it's exclusivity, like they care. Okay, we're going to get more money, $2 million, $3 million more dollars, and we're going to have our game on there for 6 months. Okay, after that, people will still buy it. People are still going to buy Borderlands 3. People are still going to buy Metro Exodus when it comes after the year exclusive for that one. And it's like when people say, oh, I'm not going to play the game or I'll just wait. That's what they do. I mean, gamers will wait. PC players will definitely wait if it's good enough. But it's just sad to see all these people, really trying to take away the consumer part. And we're the ones that are literally sitting here going, okay, it does seem like an okay deal, but deep down inside, you don't feel like you can trust Epic's Game Store right now. And Steam, I can trust. So I think Epic's going forward needs to fix a lot of their stuff in their store. Their storefront looks like shit. They need to make reviews on there. They need to add a lot of features. They need to come out and apologize for that damn privacy breach to where all of our information got leaked. I think Steam needs to change some features. First, they need to match the developers getting paid just like Epic's. And that is what I think could change the whole PC market. So I could applaud Epic's for paying developers more if that changes the rest of the market. If it don't, then it's nothing. It's just pointless. So that is what I see going forward with Steam and Epic. My personal opinion. I want to know what you guys think, though. Do you play PC games? Have you tried the Epic Store Launcher? And if you have a PC, have you downloaded any other ones like Origin? Or have you downloaded the Bethesda thing or even Steam? Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. If you're new to the channel, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. Make sure you ring the bell for notifications to keep up to date with more videos. And obviously, if you like the video, hit the thumbs up. And if you dislike the video, hit the thumbs down. Leave me a comment down below what you guys think. I love you very much. Do a good deed. Stay safe. Take care of one another. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.